Good morning, Capricorn, and welcome to your reading. This is a reading with Molly the Star Kid at Starkidignited. It is part 1 for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising in North Node, and part 2 will be on Patreon for 10 USD a month, or roughly 16.50 Australian a month. I'd really appreciate it if you guys would head over there. Obviously no pressure, but would love to see you, and let's jump into the reading. Also guys, if this does resonate, please like, comment, and share it on your socials. It means the world to me, and it really assists because I'm such a baby channel. Just helps me get around a bit, and yeah, we really appreciate it. Pardon me. All right, Capricorn, so let's get into your reading. Okay. So Capricorn, the energy that I got for you for the next 30 days, these are timeless. So anytime you watch this, it's a time for you to receive the message, but it's being recorded in July in Cancer season, which is your opposite on the astrological wheel. So Capricorn, I got craving intimacy and connection, an increase in desire for deeper bonds, sharing of truth with others, wanting to express yourself more with those closest to you, and to be appreciated and recognized for the energy and love that you bring to intimate and close bonds. As you're driven to do this, over the next 30 days, you'll be asserting yourself more and taking action toward your desires, taking action toward your desires. Opportunities to expand your beliefs and meaning are coming in for you to explore, travel, gain knowledge through your experiences. Realizations around that you are enough, you have talents, resources, and abilities that make you valuable to yourself and others, and asserting your worth more in places of shared power. Intimate relationships, business partners, shared money, family. Yes, new beginnings and opportunities are coming in partnerships, friends, clients, in how you view yourself in relationships, and opportunities to create emotional closeness with others. Shedding old relationships that no longer serve you, and investing in ones that allow authentic expression. Beautiful. So yeah, guys, that's awesome. You got a lot of new, new relationships, new energy coming in for you, which is really exciting. Let's jump into your reading and see what Spirit has for you, what your higher self has for you. And yeah, let's go from there. All right, so the card that we get for your overall energy, Capricorn, is the Present. And this mermaid kind of looks like the little goat in the thumbnail, so that's kind of cool. So a gift, treasure, revelation of your own value and nowness. So energy reading was on point. I feel like a gift might be coming to you. There might be something that you really treasure that's going to be gifted to you. You know, a little miracle. Someone might give you, you know, opportunities might be offered. You might be given like a raise, an opportunity to learn a new skill. You might be leveling up something that you already know. You might be offered an opportunity to be in the spotlight. But I feel like a lot of this is coming from being in the present. So anchoring your focus and your attention out of the past, out of the future, and into right now. You know, checking in with your body, checking in with your senses, doing more activities that really allow you to be in the present moment and to enjoy the joy and the happiness that's being offered to you. Okay, let's get some more cards. So how is Capricorn going emotionally, Spirit? How are they? Okay. All right, so the first card that we get is Rock Pool with healing. So I think you've been in a cycle of healing, and we have a 24, which breaks down to a 6. And then we do have a card 8 and a card 6 here. So that's 2 6s. 686 might be a number that you want to look up and see if it's got a message for you. So yeah, it looks like you've been emotionally healing in the time that's led up to this reading. And that's probably helped you to be a lot more present, because when we delve into our inner waters and we kind of clear them out and we allow more water and energy to flow, it's easier to be in the present moment because we're not getting pulled back by all this anxiety or fear or worry. We're just able to, allow ourselves to be here. So that's wonderful, Capricorn. The next card that we have is Dugong with appearances. And so the dugongs are connected to mermaids, so you may have a special connection with mermaids. You may have also watched the mermaid reading that was on Patreon, the pick a card. Those were really deep, so let me know if you guys did. That's awesome. But yeah, so with appearances, you may be healing certain insecurities, certain things that you don't like about your appearance might have been coming up to be healed. You may be, I get the feeling that you're, you might be refining yourself, so refining your appearances, but I also get the feeling that you no longer care how you appear to others. The healing has really helped anchor you into the present, and just to be your authentic self, to feel appreciative of who you are in the nowness and not worrying as much about how other people see you and more worrying about how you're seeing yourself, which is great because we've had Pluto in Capricorn for quite a while. It will be leaving in the next year or so, but it's really unearthed a lot, it's really brought up hidden talents, abilities, but also trauma, issues, things that weren't working, insecurities, things like that. And it's all for purpose, we get to decide whether we want to take that thing with us once Pluto's unearthed it, and whether we decide to take our power back or we still give it power and allow it to run the show a little bit. And the feeling that I'm getting from this is that you're taking your power back, and you might be even like feeling more confident in yourself, so putting more effort into your appearance, but it feels like it's for you, it's not for anyone else. Now the next card that we get is Crocodile Hidden Obstacles. So there might be some hidden obstacles that you've also been emotionally dealing with and trying to heal from. There might have been things that threw you off in the past that really got in the way of being in the present, feeling safe and nurtured. And I think with all this healing going on, you've been really reviewing and looking at all the different like mishaps and redirections in a new way. Awesome. Okay, well, let's go get some tarot and let's dive a bit deeper, Capricorn. I'm loving your reading so far though. Okay. So Spirit, can you tell me what's happening with the healing card here? Awesome. Yeah. So we've got the Eight of Pentacles and the Chariot. So I feel like you've been really working hard on your healing. You've been, like full steam ahead, committing yourself to it. We've got Pentacle energy, which is Earth energy. So it's very grounded, stable, committed. I feel like you've been, again, feeling more secure in yourself, because look at him, like he's so, caught up, like he's so focused on his task. He's so in the moment, and there's like a beautiful city in the background. So you get that feeling of like, safety, security, and it's kind of like, it feels like it's his choice that he's over here doing his own thing, and like there's all this abundance around him that he can access at any time. There's places to go and safety, but he's decided to spend more time really working on himself. And yeah, it just feels like you've been very motivated. Like there's been a shift of energy where you're like, you know what, I'm focusing on me, I'm putting the time in, I'm not procrastinating anymore, I'm not delaying. Because the card that we have right after is the Chariot. And the Chariot is a card of like, I am determined, I am willful, and I'm following my destiny. I'm taking, with the Black and the White Sphinx, it's like our light and our dark aspects. And it feels like you've put in a lot of work to really accept, the things that society tell you are wonderful about you, but also the things that society might shy away from or tend to demonize. And I think there's been a lot of healing work to recognize the value in both. An example of that would be, for example, like, joy and kindness. Easily a light attribute, people are going to be like, wow, that's so cool that you're so kind and lovely and yada, yada, yada. But with the dark aspect, for example, that could be anger. Our society tends to demonize anger and say that, you're not allowed to express yourself in that way, that it's wrong. And that is obviously BS. And all emotions have purpose, they have value. You know, when we express anger, we release something so that we no longer have to hold it in our bodies. And that's just an example. So you might be doing this kind of work with yourself, really understanding where, you know, different parts of your shadow come from and showing love to them. And yeah, it just feels like uniting all your power, like rather than working like with half yourself in the dark, you know, like half yourself that you just are ashamed of or don't acknowledge. This has been a great healing time for all aspects to really unite your energy. And yeah, powerful stuff. Okay, what's happening with appearances, Spirit? Can you tell me anything else for Capricorn? Okay. All right, so we get the Lovers and the Nine of Swords. Okay, so I'm getting a few messages for this. The first message is, I think that you're really, I think you're loving yourself a lot more. Like, I feel like this is, and I just saw 11 as I said that. It feels like you're showing up as a soulmate for yourself, that you're listening to the guidance of spirit, because we have that like guardian angel there. And you're starting to see yourself a bit more through spirit's eyes and really appreciating the different aspects of your appearance. Pardon me, sorry. And it's also, I think it's allowing you to leave this past energy behind. So rather than being weighed down by this Nine of Swords and feeling stressed out and a bit out of control and, you know, in the dark, it feels like that shifted. And the other story that I get from this is that there might be past negative beliefs that you've absorbed from past lovers, from past partners, you know, people that you really trusted who may have said really nasty, horrible things. They may have put you down or made you feel unworthy or feel like a certain part of you is unlovable or ugly or, you know, whatever, you know, not right kind of thing. And how are they dealing with this energy now, Spirit, with appearances? Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, just wanted to make sure. Because then we have the King of Pentacles. So it's like, you've adjusted your crown. You're like, no, I don't think so. I know that I'm abundant. I know that I am, you know, stable, wealthy. I have my shit together. I'm so valuable. I think you're really starting to see that you're so wealthy, abundant, and valuable in your own right, Capricorn. And it makes sense with that energy reading because your relationships are leveling up, and I think you're leveling up your appearance as well, and you're not letting all this like small-minded stuff get in your way anymore. Recognizing that when people say something horrible to you, that is a reflection of them. It has nothing to do with you. You know, like if you leave that person, they're probably going to continue to say crap like that to other people. So you know what I mean? It shows that that's what they have going on in the inside and they're projecting it onto people. And that King of Pentacles is like, oh no, I know who I am. I'm so grounded and rooted in the truth and value of my soul and spirit. Yeah. And if not, like, you know, if you are still in that energy of struggling a bit with your appearance and, you know, struggling with what other people or outside influences may have said about you, that King of Pentacles is reminding you, again, like whether male or female, you are royalty, you are gorgeous, you are valuable, you're intelligent, you have talents. Like earth signs really discount their talents sometimes. And this is just reminding you that no, you know, there is a lot to you. And I think as well, we're seeing things through spirit's eyes, like, you know, start to recognize like how you would view you if you weren't you, you know what I mean, from an outside perspective, because Capricorns are so warm-hearted. They really care. They're really genuine when we're operating out of that higher octave of Capricorn, and they really put others first and lift them up. And that's what spirit's asking you to do. It's like, recognize that you're the king, you know, king or queen, but that you're this abundant, beautiful energy, and to start seeing yourself like that, seeing yourself how spirit sees you. Okay. And spirit, what is the hidden obstacles card? What else can you tell me about that? I feel like it's a past energy, but let's see. Okay. Okay. So if you guys are still dealing with hidden obstacles, you know, obviously if they're hidden, how would you know? But, you know, if hidden obstacles are coming up over the next 30 days, this is trying to tell you that whatever comes up, you have the strength, the inner strength to deal with it. That true power comes from, you know, not necessarily dominating someone else or exercising your will over them, but rather knowing that your power is rooted in your heart and no one can take that away from you. Yeah, your true power is your inner strength, is your soul knowing who you are as a soul, feeling into why did you come here, what are you here for, all those kind of questions, because the next card we get is Temperance. So, and then you also got Justice in reverse. So let me just see, Spirit, is the Justice in reverse a completion or a blockage? Yeah, so it feels like a completion. So I feel like this is something that did happen in the past, that you had to be really strong. You know, you had to really rely on your inner strength. Maybe there wasn't a lot of people around to help you. But Temperance here is like your guardian angel has been with you. They've been assisting you. You've had to be really patient and tempered. You've really had to, you know, believe in your dreams and believe in that higher path, even when things weren't going perfectly your way. And with Justice in reverse, but coming out as a completion, so not a blockage, the energy feels like, yeah, there's some kind of karmic justice that has come in because of the way that you gracefully dealt with this. Yeah, so cool. Okay, cool. Okay, where are we at with time? Okay, I'll just see. So how is Capricorn just showing up over the next 30 days, Spirit? Okay, all right, we get the King of Cups. More King energy. And so Capricorn is a sign of mastery. You know, Capricorn wants to climb the mountain. It wants to develop itself. It wants to leave a legacy and create foundations and things that last. And with two kings here, both the Earth and the Water King, I feel like you really mastered, again, like one, knowing your value, or that's coming, but with the King of Cups, you've mastered your emotions. You've been able to, and mastering your emotions does not mean not feeling them. It means feeling them tenderly and letting them go. You know, like working with them in beautiful ways, seeing them as divine, and thus able to give this like incredibly emotionally giving, nurturing, loving energy out to other people. Okay, and the challenge right now we have is the Six of Cups. So again, that like past energy, I felt like there was a past energy coming from that appearances card. Like, you know, things that people had said in the past affecting us and us actually getting through it. Okay, yeah. And so you're really conscious and focused and showing up as an emotionally resilient, emotionally strong version of yourself. But there is some emotional energy that's challenging from the past that's coming up to be released, just to be worked through. So that's actually wonderful. But yeah, so you might be having a lot of, you know, memories pop up, especially because we're in Cancer season. Cancer is a watery, nurturing, soft energy, but it's also very concerned with the past, very attached to the past. So it feels like there is some past energy, you know, that's still needing to be worked through. Let's see, what happened leading up to this? What was... Awesome. So you're showing up as the Queen of Wands in the past. So yeah, very much in your creative energy, but your feminine creative energy. So maybe not going out and doing a million things, but feeling like this like powerhouse of attractive success, you know, like things just coming to you, feeling like it's that feeling of, rather than, you know, like going out and passionately pursuing something. It's more like feeling so passionate that like all these insights keep coming to you, and it's just like kind of you know, like spewing out of you effortlessly instead of needing to put a lot of work in, which is a really good energy for a Capricorn, because we can be Capricorns can be just so willing, you know, to apply discipline and commit. But I think that past energy was showing you that, you know, you can be a bit softer and things will still happen just as quickly. Okay, what's the upcoming energy, Spirit? What's the next step? So you get the Fool. So guys, you're taking a new journey. You've finished something, you know, you've ended a cycle and you're about to begin a new beautiful journey, Capricorn. With the Fool as well, like you may be taking leaps of faith coming up, or you may be required to do things that you can't see the whole picture, but you feel it incredibly in your heart. And so you just know that your soul is calling you to do that, and thus you do it. There's also a little dog here, so animals may be playing a big role in the upcoming steps, so you may just be feeling very nurtured by the animals around you, whether it's a pet, whether it's someone else's animal, even just the like birds, the little creatures that are around in nature or surrounding you. They could be really giving you signs and confirmations as you take this leap of faith. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. And what is Capricorn conscious of, Spirit? What are they focused on? Okay. What is Capricorn conscious of? Okay. We have the Nine of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. So I feel like you're devoted to your dreams right now, Capricorn. I think you've emotionally aligned with your higher self. There's been some kind of change, and it's making you just really trust in the abundance of everything around you, trusting again in your talents and your gifts and what you have to offer and what makes you valuable. Just because we have the Queen and King of Pentacles out here, you know, you could be attracting a soulmate or more of your soul tribe, people that feel really aligned for you. But yeah, I think you're really conscious of, you know, like watering and growing your dreams, and moving towards wish fulfillment, you know, getting something really beautiful. The Nine of Cups can freak us out. Like a lot of people who want success also fear it. You know, like what if I get it and it's taken away? So the Nine of Cups can bring up a little bit of fear. But just remember that obviously if your higher self put a desire in your heart that you feel very strongly, then it's meant to be there. It's on your soul path. I'm going to say it definitely is on your soul path. You know, sometimes we get a desire for something and it's not, but we can kind of tap in and know, like, where does this desire come from? Is it something that I want because people say I should have it, like because it looks good when other people get it? Or is it something that like I deeply want? Like, I love thinking about this. Imagine that someone gave you like $100 million tomorrow. It's like, would you still want it? Would that still be a dream? You know, if money was an issue or time was an issue or other limiting factors, because then we know, like, if that is a true desire of our heart, there's a reason that we are desiring that and that it's coming up for us to acknowledge and to work on. Cool. All right. What's the unconscious energy, Spirit? What are Capricorn unaware of that you can assist them with? Okay, we have the Hierophant. Oh. Okay. Awesome. So with the Hierophant in this position, so it can represent like traditional values, you know, like religious beliefs that have always been, things like this. So there may be some religious values or beliefs or things that you've inherited from other people that are still active in your subconscious. However, I also see this as if you've applied specific work recently to getting rid of, you know, these past energies, as we saw, then this can also represent your guardian angel coming through. You know, that this is something that's completely on your soul path, that's aligned with your higher self. Because the next two cards that we get are wonderful. We get the Ten of Pentacles with the Wheel of Fortune. I don't think I've ever seen such like an abundant reading. So I think you're unaware that like something's coming in. There's a lot of good fortune. There's a lot of love, abundance, value, security, maybe a new house, maybe a new source of income, you know, maybe wonderful, beautiful opportunities. The Wheel of Fortune is ruled by Sagittarius, so it's all about having faith and belief in yourself. And this is just showing that, you know, I think the work that you're putting in is definitely paying off, and because in your subconscious you don't see it yet, so it might not be happening yet, but it's just around the corner. So stay on point, Capricorn. Do not waver. Okay, what's your higher self's advice for this situation? Awesome. Okay, so the first card that we get is the Eight of Swords. So it's saying definitely remain out of your head. If there are self-limiting beliefs or fears or, you know, little things coming up from the past, like remember that while it might feel scary, you're not bound, you're not trapped. You definitely have the power to get yourself out of this situation, and to not stay there. You know, if more negative thoughts come up, just I heard in a podcast recently, she was like, I can't remember who it is, sorry, but this spiritual person was like, you know, whether good or bad, if I'm trying to stay neutral or something, I'll just be like, well, that's interesting, and leave it at that. Like, that's the only thought that she consciously gives to it. And so if you are having any kind of fear and doubt, like, oh my God, what if I fail? Be like, that's interesting. Anyway, back to what I'm doing, you know, like back to thinking positively, back to thinking ahead and going toward my dreams. The next card we get from your higher self is the Queen of Cups. So a very giving, loving, sensitive energy. People, and we also have the Six of Pentacles. So I feel like get out of your higher self, saying remain out of your head, you know, cut away any limiting beliefs, and know that you have this like abundant, nurturing, psychic energy. Spiritual gifts might be coming through especially strong, and that you're going to have opportunities to give it out, you know, to be of service in this way, to use the wisdom of your heart to be able to assist people who are less fortunate. Less fortunate can obviously mean like maybe you want to work with homeless people, or you want to work with people who are in, you know, domestic violence or bad situations. Like, this is the kind of like, you know, really caring, charitable work. But it can also just be that, you know, someone who doesn't have the skills that you have, they might not have this like emotionally nurturing, in tune energy, or the energy, you know, like some people just are too depleted. Like, you know, they've got stuff going on where they're not feeling that beautiful, like full cup energy, and your higher self is saying like, hey, you've got it, and people around you are going to need it. So yeah, know that you've got a place and a purpose. Okay, Capricorn, I'm going to get you a card of advice. I can't stop smiling. This is best reading ever. And then we'll jump to part 2 on Patreon. So I'm going to look in detail in your love, in your career, in your money. We're going to get even more information about that. So definitely jump over there, and I will see you soon. But first, what is the higher self's advice right now for Capricorn spirit? Is there any others? Cool. Okay. A few signs have been getting this. I think it was Virgo, but we have divine guidance, golden-tongued wisdom. So Archangel Michael hands you an energetic key. This sacred key brings you guidance delivered incidentally by another. So that is the kind of thing where golden-tongued wisdom can come from the radio. It can come from something that your friend says to you about a different topic, but it gives you, it's like a message from spirit that comes through someone else, and they might not even be aware that they're saying it or giving it. It can come through a TV show that you love, or a movie that you're watching, you know, like anything. It can really be anything. But it speaks to your soul, it resonates. And if you've been asking a certain question, it might come through this way. So someone just, like, I'll give you a story. So one time, when I was being very healthy, I been in hospital for a bit voluntarily to give up smoking. And when I came out, I was living a very healthy life, but it was pretty lonely. Like, you know, sometimes when we leave past bad habits, you know, things that don't serve us behind, it can be a bit lonely. You have to walk by yourself for a little bit. And I was walking and, you know, just completely in my own world. And this lady stopped me. And I remember she had lots of bags. And it was, I don't know why I'm saying that, and she randomly stopped me and was like, hey, you're doing a good job. Like, I think she was like, Spirit told me to tell you you're doing a really good job. And I was just like what? And like, yeah, so it can be something like that where someone's just called to give you a message. Okay, your next card of advice is the 3 gifts of light: white light, delight, and lightheartedness. Archangel Michael hands you an energetic key, and this sacred key brings you the 3 gifts of light. They allow you to feel joy in your heart and live happily in the here and now. So definitely envisioning white light around you, remembering that having delight in your heart and being lighthearted is incredibly spiritual. It's one of the strongest spiritual energies because that's more resonant with how we are on a soul level. You know, we're happy, we're in love, we're in tune, we're emotionally fulfilled, we're surrounded by all this love in our spirit form. So when we can allow our earthly selves to be like that, spirit like gives us a massive clap and, you know, rains in as many blessings as we're open to. So yes. And then your last card of advice is spiritual protection, silence, and solitude. That's interesting. I said that, like, you know, I had to walk alone for a bit thing and I hadn't read this. So Archangel Michael calls you to connect with him on a deeply spiritual level during prayer and reflection. Yeah, and I think I said that the psychic gifts are available to you. So you might be being encouraged to be in the silence, the stillness, and solitude so that you're able to pick up messages, insights, wisdom on your next step forward, because your angels might, and especially Archangel Michael, he's trying to bring something to you that's going to assist you, that's going to help you get to this 10 of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to jump into part 2. Link is below, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.